If this is your first time stopping by, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It looks like this. And a little notification bell next to it so you'll be notified every time a new video goes up, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Sweet Saturday. So, and Sweet Saturdays we do some sort of vegan dessert, treats, something along those lines. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some vegan gingerbread woman cookies. Gingerbread men just seems a little unequality, if you know what I mean. But anyways, we're gonna be making some gingerbread woman cookies, and let's get veggie. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So for this recipe, we're gonna go ahead and start with the dry ingredients first. And I'm gonna be using 1 cup of flour. The reason I'm measuring it out this way is because when it comes to baking, sometimes like your baking is a little off. It might come out a little too dense. And what I realized after watching, I think it was The Chew or Rachel Ray, and basically if you scoop into your flour bag or into your container to take out your flour in your measuring cup already, it'll like pack it into your cup, and that's not what you want when you're baking, because you want like a nice fluffy perfect amount of flour. So I have 1 cup of flour. You can either throw it in there or scoop it in with a spoon. So I have 1 cup of flour, not packed. Next I'm going to be adding in half of a cup of packed brown sugar. The brown sugar, you definitely want it to be packed, so you go ahead and sort of just pack it in there. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of cloves. Toss that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this all together. Just make sure that you get your brown sugar, like any lumps, out of your brown sugar. You can do this in the stand mixer, but I have a KitchenAid mixer and I don't like to use it that much really. Next I'm going to go ahead and add in half of a cup of cold butter. Like I put this in the freezer for a little bit, for maybe 5-10 minutes, just to make it nice and cold. And we're going to go ahead and sort of cut it into, if you have one of those butter cutters in there with a little wire, you can go ahead and use that. I'm just using a fork. So you're going to go ahead and cut that into your mix. So get in there and sort of get it all mixed there together. It's going to be all crumbly, but that's what you want. So now that this is nice and crumbly, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/8 of a cup of molasses. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this up again with my fork. And once it's kind of mixed in a bit, I'm going to go ahead and get my hands back in there. So I added another half a cup of flour to my dough because it became obvious to me that I had messed up when I had written my dough, my recipe for my dough. So I added, so in total it was 1.5 cups of dough. Alright guys, so now that we have our dough all nice and done, I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down, and we're going to go ahead and roll this out. But first I'm just going to help it along. I'm just putting a little flour onto my what is this thing called? Rolling pin. And you're going to want to roll this dough out to about 1/4 of an inch thickness. This would be perfect for a gingerbread house, a small gingerbread house. Alright guys, and next I'm going to go ahead and just cut our little guys, or girls. They're not wearing dresses, but hey, it's the year 2017. They don't have to, right? Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and you can go ahead and re-roll whatever you have left over and go ahead and cut out some more. So just cut these little guys out. Then go ahead and pop these into the oven. The oven has been preheating at 250 degrees. And they're going to go into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and taken these out of the oven, and then I let them cool for a few minutes until they became completely cool off and nice and firm, because when you take them out of the oven they'll be a little soft still. And now I'm just going ahead and I'm just frosting these with a little bit of vegan royal icing. And how I made the icing was just by simply taking a little bit of powdered sugar and adding a little tiny bit of unsweetened almond milk, but you can use soy milk, and I just used a little tiny bit at a time until I got the nice like firm texture I wanted to, because you don't want to make it too runny, otherwise you'll be using that frosting like for flooding. So the firmer you make your icing, the better it'll be to ice your cookies. And you can make a firmer icing for the outside, and then if you want to flood the cookies completely with icing, you can make a runnier icing for the center. Once you have your firmer icing for the edges. And I'm just frosting these guys up best I could, because I'm not that good at frosting things. And right here I'm just using a sriracha bottle that I had that was just empty, and I went ahead and filled that up with our icing, and I'm just using that. But you can use a piping bag, you can use a Ziploc bag. But I've just been cutting back on Ziploc bags and been doing more reusable stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Make them as pretty as you like. You can also use this dough to make gingerbread houses. And yeah, that's it. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the taste test cam. And I'm going to go ahead and eat our little gingerbread cyclops. And yeah, I'm just going to go in straight for his little eyeball. I actually really like these. They're not too sweet. They're not too gingery. They're like a cross between like gingerbread cookies and shortbread cookies almost. So super delicious. These are perfect for little houses and everything. And I think I'm gonna do a video on showing you guys how to make like some perfect like icing, because sometimes I add cornstarch. I didn't this time, but sometimes I do cornstarch. So I want to show you guys how to make a perfect icing, little royal icing. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. Here we go. I'm gonna keep going and eating my cookie. So that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up if you liked it. Also, don't forget to tag me on Instagram and hashtag Let's Get Veggie if you make this recipe or any of my other recipes. I would love to see what you made, love to see what you think, and get your feedback and all that good stuff. And yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye guys.